Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction. We are checking out two music videos or two songs, one of which is a music video. The other is more of a lyric video with some visuals that are animated, if I'm not mistaken. Stray Kids, the individual members of Stray Kids, Seungmin, Into the Currents, and then Han just released a new song called Back to Life. That one does have a music video. Very excited about both of these, honestly. We're going to start off with Seungmin because this one was released a little bit earlier, and then we'll jump into Han. And as always, if you're new to the channel, we have a shit ton of content on Stray Kids, not just on this YouTube channel, but there is so much more over at Patreon. There's going to be a full list of all of the available reactions in the pinned comment, so if you're interested, consider checking it out. Everything from like their OG Survivor show, Kingdom Legendary War, Kingdom Week, all episodes of Skiz Code, the Lollapalooza. There's more content that I can even comprehend to even remember, honestly. So there is a ton. Make sure to check out the pinned comment if you are interested, and let's get into it. That's so cute.
작은 어항 속에 숨쉬지 않는 꽃들이 예쁘게 피었지만 향기 나지 않는 너도 나와 같구나. 유리 넘어 보인 바다는 어떤 곳일까. 수천 번에 훔쳐봐도 닿질 않는 내 모습이.
Oh, like that thin voice is almost breaking. Oh.
익숙해진 이곳에 남은 우린 지나치게 또 걱정과 두려움 모든 게 섞여. 새로운 먼 곳에 저 파도가 넘실대는 바다에 몸을 맡겨 흘러갈래. 이 작은 공간에 한 발을 내디뎌 반짝이는 그 넓은 저 바다로. 아무도 찾지 않는 오래된 이끼만 가득 차니 흐린 유리를 넘어 작은 내 꿈들을 조금 떨어뜨려 이 바다에 스며들어갈 거야.
Damn. That's beautiful. So like the touch on the clock, basically, I think that was the release date. That was cool.
속에서 쳐다본 별이 어느 날 내게 말을 걸어. 하얀 넌 아직 어리고 저 바다는 여전히 흘러. 너의 세상은 거기.
So love the
네가 올려다본 둥근 하늘만 있는 게 아니야.
the OG video game aesthetic.
또 다를걸. 조금씩 금이가 점점 물이 빠지고 그 사이를 힘껏 부딪혀 깨질 듯한 벽. 날카롭게 부서진 유리 조각이 조금 바뀌어도 괜찮아. 이젠 곳이니까. 새로운 먼 곳에 저 파도가
Ooh.
넘실대는 바다에 몸을 맡겨 흘러갈래. 이 작은 공간에 한 발을 내디뎌
Damn.
반짝이는 그 넓은 저
That was so nice the way the aspect ratio opened up.
아무도 찾지 않는 오래된 이끼만 가득 차니 흐린 유리를 넘어 작은 내 꿈들을 조금 떨어뜨려 이 바다에 스며들어갈 거야.
That is so fucking cute. Ooh. A new me. That was beautiful. Man, Seungmin never ceases to amaze me, honestly. Like that was gorgeous. Like the blend of like thin, vulnerable vocals to then a little bit deeper, like that was gorgeous. The chorus is lovely, and like that bridge was absolutely, no pun, divine. According to the Stray Kids wiki website, I do have the credits that state that the lyrics were by Han, and the composition actually, Seungmin does have a little something that he said about the song, so I do want to quote him here. There are moments when it feels like this is enough, yet you find yourself standing at a new beginning once again. To those of us who have stepped out into the world but are still caught in its flow, rather than reaching an end, may this reach the moments you are weathering today on a path that continues forward. And that's basically like emphasized very well in like this visualizer of like Sumin walking, and then there's the sea that he reached. The aspect ratio opens up. You're no longer like this small fish in a small fish bowl, almost as if like life is no longer limiting you. Hence the fishbowl itself, almost like living in a very limited, safe space that you are afraid of breaking out into, to then finding that freedom inside of the ocean itself. So it's a safe but a very limiting environment because of how small it is, and you can't really go far, so you outgrow yourself very quickly, but you're too afraid of going out of your comfort zone because of how, on one hand, freedom is like a double-edged sword. You're free to do anything, but the downside is you are free to do anything, and that is both good and bad because it can be overwhelming. The current itself, embracing the flow of time and the present moment rather than resisting change, right? So instead of like fighting it, instead of trying to avoid that ocean, just let life take you wherever it may. And it kind of reminds me of a little bit of something that Sumin said himself about, I think it was like the latest Two Kids Room episode that we checked out, where he talked about life and like not wanting to stay the same or something along those lines. He had a conversation with Chung Bin, if I'm not mistaken. But the current itself, representing the current of the sea, the flow, going with the flow. Obviously the vocals themselves, there's like a very beautiful play on vulnerability as you hear his vocals. It almost sounds like he's about to break into tears or something like that. I absolutely adore that style because it's such a beautiful like storytelling element that makes you feel super vulnerable because he himself is feeling super vulnerable as well. So, and then the way the vocals kind of like go from thin, almost breaking, to a little bit deeper, almost like representing his own kind of like growth and courage to take on life and not be afraid of going with the current. Because the other way around is to get swept by the current, which is obviously a no-go. And then there's like the lyrics themselves. Seungmin himself actually noted, like we talked about just now about the composition that I quoted him. The song is for those who are who even after stepping out into the world still feel caught in its flow, offering a message that this is not an ending but a continuation. And it kind of like reminds me of like a quote. Um, this is not the end. This is not the end. Quote Ed Sheeran. I believe there's like a quote by him. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not, then it's not the end. It kind of like this song kind of like and like Seungmin's sentiment about the song makes me think of that quote a lot. Like everything in the end will be okay, because if it's not okay, then it's not the fucking end. So keep on going. Don't be afraid of like this current and like going with the flow. And sometimes there's ups and there's downs, but the important thing is to not lose yourself. So yeah, this was absolutely gorgeous. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Let me know your thoughts, obviously, about the song itself. And I just thought the video itself was like so freaking cute too, because like that little touch of like the aspect ratio opening up, it's almost like representing Seungmin being at the point of his life where he himself finally realized that he needs to break into the new world, into the big ocean, and not be afraid of staying on land, right, in that small fishbowl. So like the way the aspect ratio kind of like opens up, it's like a representation of him finally being not vulnerable, open to a new beginning and embracing it in a way. So, and jumping into the current, no pun. So that was beautiful. Let me know your thoughts, comments. Maybe I missed something. Maybe there's more information about the song that I am not finding. But let's get into Hun Back to Life. Ooh. Yo, I was not expecting this sound. Almost sounds like a spiral or something. I don't know how to explain it.
I still don't know why I should live a lie.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
The captions, there's no English captions. That was auto-translated, sorry.
Don't know why I should live a lie. Am I wrong or right? You'll know it in time.
Ooh.
Rise till we end despite. We're leaving no room for regret. Cut the fake, just stick to the I keep my head up high. Through all this pain, I'm letting it out. I'm aiming high to feel alive. Nothing's gonna drag me down. Every scar is proof I tried. You'll never see me go to go. And I say keep it on, tell them not, and I'll count my losses the whole night.
God damn.
I don't care how many times I fall, 'cause I'll come back to life.
Yo, this is dope.
In the sunlight, in the moonlight, I was out of sight, you know. Seems like they really want me to be alone. Every story, different endings. Let's see it with our own eyes. Walking
Ooh.
straight into the future, I won't look back at the past. Oh, hide this bit deep inside. Who I used to be, I'll forget. Take a breath, become so.
Ooh.
Keep my head up high. Through all this pain, I'm letting it out. I'm aiming high
Yo, that's cool. Let's take it back. Kind of reminds me of like their collaboration with Lisa. You know, gave up my youth for my future. Like the darkness kind of like creeping in and whatnot. That was really cool. And then like the light at the end of the tunnel is you yourself in like this dark room that he finds himself in, like like depression and all that kind of stuff. I wonder if this is like related to like the whole like, you know, alien-esque kind of like concept that he had in some of his music videos. Let me know in the comment section. But damn, this is pretty dope. And I also like there's like something so like subtle with like you had like the ceiling was there's like water like residue. It's almost like the foundation of the house, something is wrong with it, so it's like, and the house is like, you know, being him, his own home, his own self kind of like being damaged in a way, as like the darkness is creeping in and he's in this apartment and like there's like this wild tornado thing going on, like all these ever consuming like thoughts and, you know, things that just take over his mind and whatnot. Like I thought they did an amazing way of like portraying like that instability in a way that was really, really cool. Let's take it back. This chorus is incredible, and like the instrumental, it does have a bit of an anime vibe to it, I'm not gonna lie, which is really, really dope.
In the sunlight, in the moonlight, I was out of sight, you know. Seems like they really want me to be alone.
And obviously the bandages over the fingers, cuts and wounds, very metaphorical.
Walking straight into the future, I won't look back at the past. Oh, hi, this be deep inside who I used to be. I'll forget. Take a breath, become someone. I keep my head up high through all this pain. I'm letting it out. I'm aiming high to feel alive. Nothing's gonna let me down. Every scar is proof I tried. You'll never see me go down. Unless they get it, I'll tell them not, and I'll come along since the whole night. Yeah, you know I don't care how many times I fall, 'cause I come back to life.
Ooh, yo. Yeah.
My mind's lucid, dumb and foolish. Finally, I'm now breaking free. Racing to the place that makes us who we are. Yeah!
Nice.
Unless they get it, I'll tell them not, and I'll come along since the whole night. Yeah, you know I don't care how many times I fall, 'cause I come back to life.
And I love that the guitar is so prominent. I'm pretty sure it was part of like the time that there was like one of the albums where all the members had their own individual music videos. Han was with a guitar, if I'm not mistaken, so it's like a very big part. It's almost like his weapon, you know, in this battle that is called Living Life, you know. So he and his music, obviously. And I love like him falling into like this pit of darkness, and the darkness is like, is not even the darkness that others throw my way. It's my own darkness, depression, and just, you know, living life inside of my own head. No matter how many times I fall, I will always get back up.
Come along since the whole night. Yeah, you know I don't care how many times I fall.
Love the spikes on his jeans. I like that jacket. Also reminds me of like a Stray Kids music video. Maybe it was the same one with Lisa.
My mind's lucid, dumb and foolish. Finally, I'm now
Maybe it's something else.
racing to the place
La 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 La? I don't know.
we are. Yeah!
Cool. That is so cool. And like the train is obviously a very big deal that I feel like I'm forgetting something within like Han's storytelling in past music videos, so feel free to let me know or remind me. Honey, Han, you really know the way to my heart. That is with some rock and roll. Damn, that is so cool. Yo. And it almost felt like a loop of sorts, right? It's like no matter what, I will constantly be at a point where I feel like I'm falling down and I need to constantly get back up. And I love the fact that they kind of like, they did the animated scene as like Han is fighting like this hand that wants to take him away. So then they cut to like the ending of the music video where inside all of this chaos, where Han is like taking like this beating from, I'm not sure if like it's his own thoughts, the darkness in his mind, but then he fights it with like the guitar. So they bring the animated scene to life with these shots, and like the extreme like, you know, shake with the camera kind of like makes it feel a lot more pronounced, the smoke and everything. And like the guitarist, like the bass player, the drummers, like they're all kind of like going fucking ham as well, helps a lot and sell that scene too. So that was really, really cool. But it almost feels like it's a loop of sorts. It's like a never ending loop of like life will constantly try to put you down. So you constantly have to prove it wrong and prove your doubt wrong and get back up. Like I'm not sure how much does the music video actually have to do with like mental health in terms of like depression and that it sneaks up on you out of nowhere, if it's just doubt itself, if it's negativity online, or just living your best life and the obstacles that come with it. I'm not sure which path do we want to go here, but I feel like they all kind of like fit. It honestly, it depends on the listener, to be honest. Like for me, I can relate a lot to it when it comes to like depression and how no matter how much you try to be the best you that you can, something always tries to pull you down. So from my perspective, I would associate it with like some mental health and like being someone who rises above their darkest moments and being able to rise back from those darkest moments with something that they love doing. For example, with Han, it's obviously the guitar and music itself that helps him feel like he's not necessarily the quote-unquote alien, or I don't know how far do I want to go, because like there is like the whole alien concept as well with Han specifically. So this was an insane fucking music video. Like this was a proper music video too. Like it was absolutely beautiful. The vocals were amazing. That shout, that scream at the end as it kind of like breaks to the final part was amazing. I cannot wait to hear Han do this song live. I've heard so much like weird stuff when it comes to Stray Kids lately, and it's all from like random comment section. Somebody talking about Han being blocked by JYP, the company, from putting out solo music videos. There's like something with Bangchan. There's something him being taken out of context constantly. There's like all kinds of shit going on. Seungmin, I think, is like overworked to shit, and still like there's like so much shit going on that I don't even know what to believe in, to be honest. Because like I don't see any factual things online. I just see rumors, so I don't know what is the actual meaning. Um, but let me know your thoughts. Let me know what is actually going on with Stray Kids. Obviously, the one thing that I always say in my reactions to Stray Kids is like, for fuck's sake, I hope they fucking take a break, because like these guys are working themselves to death almost, and it's insane like how much stuff they can make, whether it's music, content in general, live performing, and they never stop. Up until this point, I was like very high on Volcano. I believe I was always very high on it, and I always enjoyed his solo work, but this might actually top everything that I've checked out from him. Ironically, with how painful the song is, it's also like an insanely fun song. You know, that instrumental is just bonkers in my opinion, and it does have a bit of an anime vibe to it as well. But as far as like the meaning of the song, I would definitely correlate it with mental health and depression just in general, and fighting like those demons that we all kind of like fight depending on your stage in life and where you're at and what you're doing. But let me know your thoughts. Obviously, maybe I'm off completely, but those are my 2 cents. Hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll catch you all next time.